That's why. Hold on. It didn't start streaming. Maybe. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. This is very odd. Every once in a while, OBS screws up. Now it's on. Hold on. There it goes. I didn't hit start streaming. My fault. Sorry. I'm a little out of it tonight, more than usual. Talked to Kathy. She's still coughing. I said, you get, she went to the store yesterday, but today, you get to the doctor next week. Because I think she had pneumonia. She keeps coughing and she had other symptoms. But the coughing is horrible. So she's not getting any better. All right, just a minute. That's that one. This thing has multiple pockets and I have to guess where the stuff is. Kitten squeaked at me tonight for wet food. Ow, 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 ow. Very cute. Okay, now. Hey everyone, a lot of them going to buy the Martinelli's Apple Cider Company. Not the other disgusting thing that we had earlier in the week. Oh, by the way, the Proton Male Abuse Department has blocked the evil trolls. So again, they said we're going to take steps to make sure you cannot create an account. We will see what happens. That's that bag. Okay. I'm losing my mouse here, and I'm running out of room. Let me move the keyboard. Stuff here. We're going to have some room to see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, we have Progresso breadcrumbs, Italian style. We have 2 bottles of Martinelli sparkling cider, which I love. I win the lotto, I buy cases of this stuff and just stockpile it like wine. Deviled egg potato salad. 2 cans of Hormel chili. This is the chunky beef chili with beans. And I bought this because I looked at chicken. $15 to $18 for a package of skinless chicken. I couldn't believe it. And eggs, $5.95, $6.95, $7.95, $8.95 a dozen. There's an egg shortage apparently. All right, I have Signature Concord grape jam, a can of pineapple chunks, a loaf of sourdough artisan bread. They had cheaper bread, but the seeded, and the seeded does terrible things. I call it swallow. I got some sourdough nibbler pretzels. Trying to lay off junk, but I want some of them munch on. Now this does not require, it's the only cornbread that does not require egg. This is Marie Callender's original cornbread mix, just add water. So what you do, you take this, you dunk it in the chili. It cuts some of the spiciness down. Of course, you can put brown sugar in it too. We have a salad. I gotta eat those tomatoes if they haven't gone bad yet. Iceberg lettuce has gone through the roof because there's some kind of disease killing all the lettuce fields in the Imperial Valley. Thousands and thousands of head of lettuce have been destroyed. Now they're talking about doing it in the desert, growing it in the desert. Iceberg lettuce, red cabbage, and carrots. I got a package of that. And we'll put that in the icebox. And I got 2 things. Haven't had one of these for a while, but I figure we have coconut shrimp. And we'll find a home for that. We have, we'll have to clean this when I get home tomorrow. This is on sale. This is $8.32 with 30% off. A whole Foster Farm chicken. And this is the last thing. A little bit squashed, the boxes. A bruschetta. It's going to be dinner. I got to take the giant glass pan out of the oven. Bruschetta, Canadian style bacon and pineapple. So that's going to be dinner. Someone left a garlic bread downstairs, and I went and grabbed it the other night, and I forgot it was in the oven, and it incinerated. So, okay, now there's two things I wish to discuss. One, due to the fact that the batteries need to be replaced, there will, well, that's my fault. I had to put it sideways. There will be no membership video, and I apologize for this, until after the 3rd of 2023, because the batteries, the iPhone will not charge at all, and the iPad won't charge. They both need to be replaced. I did a lot of research in the iPhone, and the other thing, I am planning to go and have made the reservation, although I failed trying to get a plane ticket because they want to charge you more if you go later in the day, and I want to go hang around on Sunday for the rest of the convention. So I'm going to go to Pasadena in March for AlienCon 2023. And I am not walking from the train, from the light rail station. Donations would be appreciated. I am not walking from the light rail to the hotel and back like I did last time. This time I can call Uber or Lyft. It's $318 for the room. I'm tempted to just go one night for the room, but what the hell am I going to do for a lot of luggage? This time I'm only carrying 2 bags. I carried 3 or 4 the last time. That's what killed me. And you go down to Alaska Airlines, and they got cheap flights in the morning, but they got expensive flights going back in the evening. I want to go back in the evening, and then the problem is, how in the heck do I get home? So the reason I want to go to AlienCon, they have George Knapp of Coast to Coast fame. They have Giorgio Tsoukalos of the Wild Hare from Ancient Aliens. They have Eric Von Daniken, who I missed the last time. And they have Paul Hynek and a cast of, and a bunch of other people I never heard of. So all right. I'm not going to allow that. Oh, no Dixon references. You're gone. That name, that handle is an obscene handle. So you are gone. You are a troll, and that is an obscene username. So you are harassing me. You're being obscene. You're not going to be allowed to be on this channel. Well, they don't know me from a hill of beans, because while I have experience in the UFO field, unless I get involved with someone, I'm not talking romantically, sexually, or any of that stuff. And Linda Mohouse is not my love. We met once. She lives in New Mexico somewhere, I believe Albuquerque. And I met Nick Pope, and their pictures on the wall. I hope to have Giorgio Tsoukalos' picture with me, and Eric von Daniken and Paul Hynek. I've talked to Paul Hynek. I consider myself to be a fair to middling expert on UFOs, the paranormal, Bigfoot, but I'm not well known. I don't have books. I don't have TV shows. I don't have articles. I did write an article that was intended for UFO magazine. Then the magazine went under, but I was going to be a guest writer every issue at one point. That's one of my big regrets. That didn't happen. And then the trolls destroying my channel and causing great problems for me over the last 12 years. And in 2 days, count it, two, I will be starting my 12th year on YouTube. So 12/25, no, 12/23, I believe. We'll start the beginning of my 12th year on YouTube. Now I'm going to take my camera down. I'm going to take the Silicon M1 Mac Mini down. I'm going to take the iPad. I'm going to take the iPhone. Next year I will have a new iPhone, or a newer iPhone. All the iPads will be repaired. Hopefully one of the MacBooks will be repaired. I was looking at used MacBooks today on eBay, and a 2006 or 7 Mac Mini, so I can play Diablo 2 again. So I am on an episode of Ancient Aliens. They asked people about what they thought were their abduction experiences. Now, in this ear for years, I had a lump that was very painful. For almost 30 or 40 years, there was a lump in childhood, and I do not know what that lump was. It was not a bite, it was not a sting, and suddenly one day it got away. It disappeared, I mean. But it was like a big rock, and it kept moving, and I think it was an implant. And someone I met at AlienCon said, you were, from everything you've said, you were abducted, but your subconscious will not, until you're willing to be open about it. And I go, how am I going to open my subconscious? You were abducted, so we will see. I've been obsessed with aliens since I was 5. I started reading George Adamski's book, Daniel Fry's. They're on the list of things. I had all those books when I lost my storage in the early 2000s. Truman Bethram, the contactees of the 50s. I had books by Frank Edwards. I had Charles Schwartz books. I had dozens and dozens of, I had maybe 10,000 paranormal books, and I lost a gigantic collection. So I never got fan mail. Yeah, well, that's another thing. I don't know what happened to me. I know what happened. I had 2 toxic parents who kept moving all over the country. I would have been in Miami, Florida, if it hadn't been my parents leaving Pittsburgh in 1970. I would have been working in Miami, Florida. But I was a gifted student. I skipped the kindergarten first and went into the 2nd grade. I was, until after my father did what he did to put me in the hospital for a year and I was pronounced dead, I was a pretty good student. I was a straight B student with some A's. And I went to the gifted student program at Pitt University, the University of Pittsburgh, for a year when I was 16. Except that I've forgotten things. I'm very good with computers, not software, although I can program in the back of my head. AppleSoft, BASIC, machine language, CP/M, COBOL, Lisp, Fortran. I could not get C++. I could not understand it. I played around with the Atari, the Amiga, the Commodore, the PET, the Trash 80, Z80 based computers, early compacts, Sinclair, other computers, and mainframes. Before my cataract surgery, I could tear down a computer and rebuild it. So, hello, Quadra. So, and I've been in that. I learned how to read at 3.5. Was reading the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, the Washington Star, the New York Times, the Sporting News. I don't know if Barron's and Fortune and Forbes were around then, but whatever financial magazines of the day, because things got in the way. Illnesses, injuries, toxic parents, my just going to work. I couldn't get a decent job because I got the catch-22. We'd hire you, we don't have any experience. Well, how am I supposed to get experience if you don't hire me? So, and I did make money in the stock market in the 70s, but I never had enough money to make a lot of money. And I like the little creature. And meet Kevin, who is rich. He did a video today. I may go bankrupt because he bought his own private jet. And it's going to cost him $10 million loan and $71,000 a month in just interest payments. I wouldn't buy any jet. He said chartering his jet is outrageous. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to put this stuff away. What else did I buy that I have to put away? Something. Hold on. Getting up is always fun. Oh. Okay. Tomorrow I need to move this entire bed because the bedding, the mattress keeps shifting. And one day I'm going to be killing myself. Refrigerator opened up. Hold on a minute. I'll be back in a second. Also, this mattress is too long for the bed. Patty gave it to me. It sticks out 2 feet past the end of the bed. My feet always feel like I'm floating in space, and I'm also freezing most of the time. I dropped the bottle of apple cider. Luckily, it did not break. $3.29 a bottle, but it's good stuff. Ow. I gotta do more cleaning in here. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not gonna allow that comment. I put you in a timeout. Now he may or may not be a troll, but I went to Safeway, not find it on a street corner. Don't be a jerk, or as we say in Pittsburgh, a jagoff. did find the smoothie maker downstairs though, and I washed it out. I washed it, cleaned it outside, and I gotta redo it. Bucket moved. Let me eat a bite of this, because I'm starving. This is the deviled egg potato salad. I have not flown since the 80s or 90s. So it'll be very interesting. Although every time I fly, I'm terrified because I have a fear of heights. Okay. That's enough to get me through. You come in here, you don't treat me with disrespect. Anybody. As a human being, much less a video creator. I'm not going to tolerate it. Now, there are canned goods I got the other day. People leave canned goods and things downstairs. And we got a bunch of canned goods. And I got one can of tuna and take it back downstairs. It says contains genetically modified ingredients. And I don't like that. I gave Mama Cat and Kitten and Fluffy and Little Girl some chicken of the sea tuna this morning because Mama Cat was crying at me. It is very good. This was on sale, the deviled egg potato salad. So it's a meal right there if you were to eat the whole thing. I had mustard and I think, what's in this stuff? Hold on. If I can read this small print, deviled eggs, mayonnaise, sugar, celery, mustard, that was right. Salt, sugar, turmeric, paprika, garlic powder, spices, xanthan gum, citric acid, water, sweet pickle relish, mustard seed, vinegar, salt, onion, minced onion, natural flavors. That's where the kick comes from. Paprika, white pepper, cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper. I didn't realize that was in here. 650 milligrams of sodium. One day, I will learn how to make potato salad. My mother made very good potato salad. Some people put bacon in it. Some people, definitely pickles, chopped up pickles. Some people put olives. Blech. Hate black olives. Chirp. Little girl is enjoying the warmth of the electric blanket. Fluffy, I put a green blanket over the Steelers hoodie, Steelers Snuggie, and they've been both taking turns sleeping there. They love sleeping there. And since I put the green blanket down, Fluffy is much warmer. So you get down to LA in an hour and a half. Then you take a shuttle bus. I would think they would have had light rail or the subway going from downtown LA to the LA airport, but they haven't, which surprised me after all these years. And you take that to Union Station, and then you walk up the platform to the light rail, and you're in Pasadena in like 20 minutes. So I can't handle jalapenos. I have a history of ulcers, so, and I don't like. I love green olives with minnows. Kathy's still sick. She was coughing on the phone today, and I said, next week, I don't care how you do it, you call UCSF and you make an appointment to be seen because you've been sick for a month now. They have to do some kind of test to find out what the hell you've got. She's better, but she's not well, and I'm very worried about her. So So, anyway, that's about it. I got to put away this laundry I did. About 2 lotto tickets, because one lotto is 469 million, and I think the other one is 170. So, boy, if I won the lotto, I'd be so out of here. Get my 9 or 12 room house, remove the lawn, or if it had a second floor, remove the second floor, or just put an elevator in. Take all the cats with me. You'd see one hell of a video room, but you would not see much else of the house, because I'm not when people know my secret location deep above the earth. And I would take steps that no one would know where I live. I wonder if I misplaced my Safeway card. I don't know where it is. It's in that jacket over there. So, the candy bars at the Safeway called my name, but I resisted. I guess getting pretzels is a bit of, snackiness, but being from Pennsylvania, we love pretzels. So, and there was another earthquake today, a 3.4, I think, in El Cerrito, which is that way about 30 miles. Felt all over the Bay Area. So if you want to donate to PayPal for my trip next year, which would be appreciated. I cringe at the hotel room for 2 days. It's $318. And of course, you can donate to Super Chat, and I'm going to save all my YouTube earnings. And if you want to, I'm saddened that no one has sent me, and please don't say that something mean. That I've gotten Christmas greetings, I've gotten Hanukkah greetings. Thank you to the people. But no one has sent me a present, and I'm very disappointed. Or a Christmas card. I usually get those every year. I'm glad to be alive, because COVID could have killed me. But I tend to be a survivor. That's where I live. But what I would do, I got this thing. Someone left this in the post office. This is kind of neat. It's a little advertising thing. It's for Catalyst Bin Return Procedures, Catalyst Bin Professionals, Hoover CS, Hoover Circular Solutions, Rail Transportation Solutions. What this is, I'm going to open up, put some Kleenex in there, napkins, so it gives it a little bit of weight. A little square. And what it has is on all four, it has their phone numbers for the company. It has January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And on a little square, they have the year. Now, I don't know who Hoover does. Something with railroads. But this was just sitting there. So I thought this would be cool, because I'm always looking for, what day is it? I have a calendar in the kitchen hanging on one of the doors of the cabinets. Thank you. I would appreciate that. Little Fluffy, come here, Mal. What are you doing? Here's Fluffy the cat. Fluffy the Mal with the winter coat. Their fur gets so soft in the winter. 2 long-haired cats, yes. And next week on the 30th, I'll be finally ordering the antibiotics for Fluffy and Fuzzy. Fluffy and Little Girl. I keep saying Fuzzy all the time. I miss my baby. So, I'm stockpiling plastic bags for someone, because where she lives, you're not allowed to have plastic or paper bags when you go to the store. She has to have some way to throw out the cat litter. So this will be good with the chili. I love chili, but my stomach can't take the spiciness anymore. So this preheat oven to 375. I don't have any non-stick cooking sprays. I'll just use some butter. Combine water and a pouch of dry mix until smooth. Whisk until smooth. Pour in the pan. Bake 30 to 35 minutes till toothpick comes out clean. When on a toothpick, I'll use a fork. Let cool for 3 to 5 minutes. Do not eat raw batter. So this will be good with the chili. When we had Marie Callender's, you would go there and all you could eat salad bar. They'd have chicken soup, they'd have chili, they'd have clam chowder. It was great. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Excuse me, I don't eat light bulbs. So I'm going to put you in a timeout. Don't come in there and be disgusting. I am not one of these magicians that eats glass. In fact, I'm down to 3 light bulbs because 2 of my light bulbs for the small lamp over there and that lamp blew out. I got to go get light bulbs if I have time. I'm sorry about your kitty dying. I lost my Fuzzy in September. She would have been 22 in Halloween. The little tiny tuxedo baby cat. Everybody loved Fuzzy. And here's the little girl chirping away. Every time I pet her, she chirps. Little black cat. My sweetie pie. So I'm sorry anybody loses their baby. I have had 45 cats. No, wait a minute. I've had 25 cats in 45 years, maybe more, not counting all the strays I've fed. There have been a lot of strays that have come into my apartments. Fluffy had came in years ago. 8 Drive, who went to sleep, adopted me. He had visited every apartment in this building at one time. He was born here. So was Little Girl. So was Fuzzy. And Kathy has had cats. So I don't eat LED bulbs either. Oh, 15. Mama cat, kitten, Pretty Little Gray are all striped tabbies. So, although kitten cat is gray striped, gray and white markings and white boots. I'm very sorry to Reba. I'm sorry your cat died. Mine are doing okay, except they both have a respiratory problem, and I'm going to pay for that on Friday next week. I'm going to the credit union tomorrow to get into my bank account because I can't. They had changed the password and had a 1. Did that, still can't get in. I'm going to go to the other credit union because every time I go to my credit union office, the new one nearest to me, it doesn't work. I go, and I'll take a stop at Half Price Books, see what paranormal books they have, and go to the. It's not new now, but it's new to me. I haven't been in there. Whole Foods Market. They have a weird thing now in 20 of the 65 stores. You put your palm print on, and it's tied to your Amazon account. And I got to change the password. I put Amazon on the Android phone, Amazon Prime, and the Alexa. Amazon has a special. You get the Echo with the screen 8, and then they gave you the kids version for free, and it's like $69. I may do that next month. I don't know if I can afford it or not. Give the kids version to Kathy, and that way we could talk to each other with a video screen. I think the kids version has a video screen too. I'm gonna have to look at that. I had one that broke, and I had to send it back and never know to buy another one. I would like to, but I watched this video of this guy comparing devices. He said Apple uses the Matter system, and Matter is something you can use whether you've got Android, Google, Apple. Well, Amazon has not turned all their devices over to Matter yet. So, and some things like these robotic vacuum cleaners and other things are not using the Matter standard either. So it leads me to go toward Apple. I can't stand Siri, but down the pike, at the end of next year, I'll probably buy a 4K set. If I ever get rich, I'll buy an 8K set and buy the Apple 4K TV. Although the old Apple TV I have, every time I plugged it into my television, it takes over the television. I have to unplug it to watch a movie or to use YouTube. So I don't know why it does that. I gotta ask Apple about that. So I love all the kitties I've lost, and Kathy has lost kitties too. We lost our beloved Boop 4 years ago. She was 16. She got thinner and thinner. I lost my original first kitten my mama cat Squirt Squirt had, my Snooky. He was 18 and a half, died of cancer. Lost Boop to cancer, and I lost my I called him Monkey Climber Cat because he climbed everything, including my Apple II table, computer table. He slept, like to sleep on the table because it was warm. One day I came home, the table collapsed. Too much weight, all the software and disk and everything, and books. And he was officially a little one. And I had him for a very long time too. He died. He died. Sat at my feet all night one night. He'd gotten down to 6 pounds and went out to die. And I lost Baby Mouse, who disappeared. I lost Gray that I adopted, and my Cuddlebug. I had a horrible dream, but after the earthquake happened, and I had a dream at the same time of the earthquake that the earth opened up and my car went into this fissure, and I found a vacuum cleaner, what I thought was a body, and I started to scream, and it was a mannequin. And my Cuddlebug, who was 11 when I boarded him at a place in Sacramento, and I went to pick up my cat. I gave him $100 a week for my two cats, little one and my beloved orange and white, long-haired, very sweet, very gentle Cuddlebug. We gave him away. We thought you didn't want him, and they wouldn't give me my cat back. There are no regulations against boarding facilities in California, and there should be. I still miss him, and I guess I missed him a little more than I thought. But a friend of mine said he had a dream that there was a 6-point Pearl earthquake, and when I heard about the second El Cerrito 3.4 quake, I said, I think we're going to have a bigger quake in this area, but I was picking up on it, but it was the one that happened off Ferndale, off of the ocean. So, and I don't eat LED bulbs either, so don't get started on that. I won't put you in a timeout, but I'll remove that comment. So, where'd you get the idea of light bulbs? I'm not Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. And they used to sell those. You could put one in your mouth that would light up. And there's a guy who did a video how to make the Uncle Fester light bulb. So next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday will be rain. We want to go out for dinner on New Year's Eve, and I don't know if we're going to get to do it or not. I may have to meet her at Amtrak, and then we take Amtrak to the bus, take the second bus, and then go back, and Kathy goes home, and I'm going to give her $20 for cab fare. But I hate when it rains. I'd rather have snow than rain. Snow, you get cold, but you don't get wet. I watched a video. This woman didn't clear up her shed. The snow went down her back, and she was screaming. Felt sorry for her. So, anyway, that's about it. So, 40 minutes. Wow. Okay, I'm going to put it again. I'll give you my whole address. This is not the P.O. Box. I'm slowly weaning myself off the P.O. Box to eventually get rid of it, unless I wind up moving. Should I win the lotto? Once I get the check and find a house to buy and an apartment building, I will be moving out of here. No, Fluffy, you stay inside. You cough and sneeze when you go out, even without the respiratory infection at night. All right, that's my address. I'm still coughing a bit and clearing my throat a lot. Hey, you. Not much sinus problem, though. Thank God. You stay in, Mr. Mouth. Monday, I'll be taking as many cans and bottles and bags in my folding cart up to the recycling place if they're open. I need to get them out of here. I got 3 bags I took out of the kitchen. They're in the bedroom. I got about 9 bags of cans and bottles. I'd move to Las Vegas. I might move to London, but the prices there, cost of heating there, gets very cold in the winter in London, and crazy terrorists. Move back to Pittsburgh because I can't stand to shovel snow. And move to Las Vegas. Where else would I move? Miami. I'd visit Australia. I've always wanted to go to Australia. I'll take the job as YouTube commentator. Remember, I'm on my way to Australia. Support your local sheriff. James Garner was on his way to Australia to make his fortune. Never got there. Great movie. And support your local gunfighter. Not as good, but still funny. But being my dad had been in the Army, we lived in, or I have lived in, Pittsburgh, PA, Las Vegas, Oakland, California, Sacramento, Reno, Lake Tahoe, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Conneaut Lake, New York, Deal, Maryland, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Tacoma Park, Maryland, Port Credit, Ontario, Canada, now called Mississauga, which nobody in their right mind can spell, Germany. I've lived in Staunton, Virginia, in 2 military schools, and Leonardtown, Maryland. That was one of the other. Staunton, Virginia was one military school, and Leonardtown, Maryland was the other. I'm trying to think. Tracy, California. San Francisco, I forgot about that. I think that's it. That's enough. Only thing I don't like about Florida is them hurricanes, and also the alligators and the Burmese pythons. If I were, no, my dad was in the Army for 17 years. I spent a lot of time in the Presidio, Patuxent Naval Air Station, Stead Air Force Base in Reno, Nellis Air Force Base in Sacramento, Hamilton Field, the other Air Force Base in Sacramento that I forget what it was called. Saw Amarillo Air Force Base where they closed it in '65 or '64 when we were going through it. Been to Bowling Field outside of Washington D.C. And airports I've been to, whatever's before Heathrow, airport in Nuremberg, Germany, airport in Frankfurt, Germany, the airport in Toronto, Los Angeles, San Francisco. I haven't been in the Oakland airport yet. Sacramento airport I've been to, but I haven't flown out of it. Been to the Reno airport. Been to Buchanan Field in Concord where you can rent a private jet. That I didn't know. Most abductees have parents in the military. I haven't seen any figures on that. I would like to see someone do there's a sign at the Adult Education Center, Excel in Word or the glue that holds offices together, and I was terrible at Word. Analysis of ages, lifestyles, occupations, health conditions of abductees. I don't think anybody's ever done that. I'm surprised they haven't. God knows they analyze everything else. Fluffy, why you want your dinner? Is that why? I think Fluffy wants his dinner. I forgot Alameda Naval Air Station, Spent a lot of time over there. I've seen the Hornet, but I haven't been on it. I've been on a submarine based on the pier on the Embarcadero in San Francisco, World War II submarine. Come here, you. I'll feed you when I'm done with the video. Okay. I was hired to do Excel to move the previous day's stuff to the next day, and I couldn't do it. I never did figure it out. So, which is weird because normally computer software I'm really pretty good at. But by the way, if you ever do old Apple II stuff, don't use Copy 2 Plus 9. It sucks. They revamped it and it's terrible. I was watching an Apple II retro. I watch a lot of Apple II software and hardware retro stuff. If I ever have a house, you'll be a big room. There'll be my video room. Then maybe my computer room. And I might get Vic Menagna. I'm probably pronounced his name wrong. Star Trek Continues to come in and either build the bridge sequence or build engineering as the entrance to my computer room. So, with all the queeps and the whistles, and then you would pull the rolling set open and there would be my all computer room with all my retro games. And of course I would love to have things like Spy Hunter, Gauntlet, Asteroids, Missile Command, Space Invaders, Gauntlet 2, an alien game for Kathy, and some pinball machines. I became rich. Of all the retro stuff, all the Ataris and Amigas and Commodores and Segas, but no PlayStations, no Xboxes, because I'm no good at them games. Be all retro, old games. I tried Call of Duty once, terrible. Tried when it was on a ship at Pearl Harbor, couldn't get out of the hold. I tried the one where they Resident Evil. I couldn't figure out how to shoot the gun at the zombies. So. And by the way, there was a game called Millionaire for the Apple II. It took me about a month because I had busyness, but I aced it and won the game with about $5 million. So on the bucket list of things to get and play it again. Of course, it wasn't the real market, but I would be pretty good at it. And my iPhone, I could show you the stock market. I had stocks in the 70s. I could only buy like 3, 4, 5 shares. I didn't have enough money to buy 1,000 shares at a time to make real money. Back then, I wasn't making a lot. Now let me move this so I can put my card back in before I lose it. I don't know what happened to my Safeway card, and I looked all through this wallet tonight. Got this wallet on Amazon that holds 100 cards. Now, only these cards were money. Credit cards and ID cards and shopping cards and affinity cards and my Amazon card, my Valero card, Capital One, my credit union card. But where did my Safeway card go? And my original copy of my vaccines. Let's see here. Or my Costco card. I was just in Safeway last week. What the hell did I do with my card? Every time I go to Safeway, oh, there it is. I looked through this thing tonight at the Safeway and I could not find it. And unfortunately, Wet Cat, I put this wallet in my bag for the cat feeding one day, and I have to take some rubbing alcohol. Oh, no wonder it, even though I found it, I couldn't have gotten it out. What cat food got in there? There's my Safeway card. I found it. I'm going to put it across from the Target card. Luckily, I gave him my phone number and it worked. So, what if I win the lotto? I buy an RV, motorhome, buy Patty a new van, buy Kathy a new car, take the motorhome and the van for Patty, and oh, I did Pong. I did hours of Pong. I used to play a game called Mappy, and it's very hard to find the arcade version, but I would buy Mappy. Catherine, I love Mappy. And I would, as a prank, you can get about a 110-inch screen for an outdoor television. If I were at a house, I'd have a housewarming. I'd put the 115-inch set in the yard, and the only thing I would display in it was Pong. Have the ball go wink, 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 wink. I love Pong! It's my favorite game of all time. I love to watch the ball go back and forth. I love Breakout, Galaga. There are various games where the fighters come, the aliens come down, and your fighter shoots them. I love old school 70s, 80s video games, but I'm no good at the new stuff. I would love to find the other thing with the hard to find. There's a guy that repairs pinball machines and video game machines in North Carolina. Get a hold of him and say, find me this. I want the sit-down version of Spy Hunter. And we saw some kind of alien something when we were at Harrah's in Lake Tahoe. They had an arcade there, and get that for Kathy. She loves the alien movies. I want a game where I get to shoot Pikachu. I can't stand Pikachu. So, and the game, oh God, what the hell is it called? They did a version for the Apple called Crush, Crumble, and Chomp, and it was King Kong, Godzilla, and I can't remember, and the Wolfman, giant Wolfman. You would crush buildings and smack them, and I can't remember what it was in the arcade, but they would go and get electrocuted, and the police would shoot at them, and helicopters would shoot them. That was great fun. There's another game I would love. It's a pinball game. I saw one where the runners run around the bases, but I don't know if it's a ramp where when you hit the ball, depending on what the slot goes in, you get an out, you get a single, triple, double, home run, everything lights up. Love that game. Would have to get a Star Wars game, Star Trek game, and the other thing I would want is to get, they're about $900 to $1,300. I have to get the slot machine, although you can set it for money to come out or credits, but I wouldn't pay any credits. Where would I get credits? The invaders from planet Moolah, these cows come down in these little cartoony spaceships, and they abduct the dog, and they abduct the farmer, and they abduct the sheep, and the chickens, and the horses, and the cows. It's very funny. So I haven't seen that. Another thing I'm going to do next year, win or lose the lotto. After we get the coin loans out, we start saving for the car, save my money after the conventions, and then go to Las Vegas and see how much I can come up with to get an apartment building. And then if I get the apartment building, move out of here. And put a storage container on the grounds, take all the excess stuff, stick it in the storage container until I can get a personal organizer to sort it. And then I make enough money, I'm getting another loan and buy a house. Move the hell out of California for good. Because I don't like the idea of 6.4 and 7 earthquakes. You could get there. You could get an earthquake in Las Vegas. They've happened, but nothing major or catastrophic. Well, with that in mind, I'm going to go. And of course, you guys could donate to Super Chat. It would be nice. So, okay, I'm hungry. It's been almost an hour. The pizza is calling my name, and the cats want their food. Little girl with the fuzzy tail, who chirps now and wags her tail. Hello, little girl. Pretty little girl. Every time I say pretty little girl, her tail wiggles. So cute. She knows her name. Pretty little girl. Yes, pretty girl. All right, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great night. Stay warm where you are because it's going to be cold all the way across the country, all through Christmas weekend. Stay safe. Don't go on the roads if you don't have to. Stay home. And make sure you've got survival equipment in your car, space blankets, seatbelt cutter, window smasher, supply of food, water, blankets, maybe a sleeping bag. You might get stuck in the snow for hours and traffic jam and stuff. There was a semi overturned and 3-car accident in Washington yesterday. It tied the freeway up for miles. That's what you don't want to be involved in out on the roads. You don't want to get caught in a freeway tie up, and then people have almost frozen to death or starved to death. I got to remake that bed in the morning before I go out. Which entails taking all the bedding off the bed, move the giant mattress over, and the foam that's on top of the giant mattress, so I don't slide off the bed. All right, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great night, and thank you for coming in. I will catch you next time. Not much to do now till I get paid again the 30th, because I'm running out of money. The only thing I need, if someone wants you nice and send me cat litter, I would appreciate it. I need 2 jugs of cat litter. Bye-bye for now. I'll catch you next time. Time for dinner for all of us. Have a great night, and hope you all have a Merry Christmas.